friends. I'm Carrie Jo, and this is Holy Chuckles Podcast, a space where all meets honesty and where God's gentle humor shows up in the people he chooses. So pull up a seat, take a breath, and let's look together for the sacred in the everyday and the quiet laughter of a God who delights in working through our imperfect stories. Welcome back. This is a personal reflection on 1 Samuel chapter 2, verse 22. I want to begin by rereading the reflective question from the previous episode, not to analyze it, but to sit with it again. Where in your life do you recognize a pattern clearly? And how might you offer yourself compassion for the ways it once helped you survive, even as you learn to interrupt it now? My pattern was serving. My pattern was compliance. My pattern was the same as my mom's. Obedience, staying inside the pattern, not questioning things, not disrupting the system. Even though throughout my childhood, I would have these small little spurts of questions. I would have these bursts of, this isn't right. I would still comply. And I stayed compliant through a large portion of my life. When I look at this pattern, I don't see something I willingly chose at first. I see something I learned. I learned by watching. I learned by living inside a system where obedience, service, and keeping things together were necessary. They were necessary to stay connected and safe. Once I learned that pattern, it helped me survive. During my young adulthood, my mother passed away. My father was an absent, grieving father. I was largely on my own. And being in that space of being on my own, being useful, dependable, of service, became ways to remain included and supported. That pattern worked. It helped me navigate relationships, adapt, and belong. There were moments in my life that if I hadn't learned how to contribute, serve, keep things in order, I would not have a place to live. I was 18 years old, just graduated high school. My dad said, "It's time for you to fly the coop, kid." He didn't say it that nicely. He said, "It's time for you to go." I had a choice to live somewhere or be on the street. I was 18. I didn't know how to do things. I wasn't taught how to, I don't even think I knew how to go get an apartment at that time in my life. I chose not to be on the street. I chose where I could be useful. I wasn't kept around because I was understood. I was kept around because I could be of use. Once the pattern proved effective, it stayed. It became one of my greatest strengths. It was a strength in work, friendships, relationships, business. I learned how to anticipate needs, hold things together, make myself valuable in environments that rewarded those traits. But what I didn't realize back then is a pattern learned for survival doesn't automatically know when to stop. Over time, the same pattern that kept me fed and housed also kept me depleted. I stayed in motion, but stopped receiving. I kept giving, but I wasn't caring for myself. Today, right now, I'm at a place in my life where I don't just see the pattern. I have felt and in some ways can still feel its cost. Not because it was wrong, not because I regret learning it, but because it has done the job it was formed to do. The work I am doing now isn't blaming that pattern, but it's gently teaching myself something new. I'm teaching myself a way of living where worth isn't earned through service, and survival no longer sets the terms for belonging. Understanding the pattern now, I don't feel blame towards the pattern that once kept me safe. I feel gratitude. I feel thankfulness. I feel appreciation and a growing awareness that I'm allowed to learn something new. If this question stirred something in you, you don't have to resolve it today. Rome wasn't built in a day. This work I've been doing on myself has taken time, and I'm still learning every single day because I'm healing every single day. Sometimes just recognizing what once helped us survive is the most compassionate place to begin. Tomorrow, we'll stay with this verse again and reflect on it one more time.